Yo, what it is, world? It's your boy Jay Newz, and you are now tuned in to Not Rated Radio on Dash Radio's Dash Discover. And alongside with me, like every Saturday, is my co-host Jason Allen, aka Turn Up.
Woo-hoo. What up, y'all? It's good.
Yeah. And today we got a very special guest. We have a model, we have an actress, we have a very, very talented all-around person with us. I would like to give it up. Drum roll. We gotta give a drum roll. We got the beautiful Una in the building, y'all. Give it up for me. How you doing, love?
Hi guys. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Thank you for coming on and chopping it up with us.
Really appreciate it.
So how we get this started, Una? We gonna have you start by letting all our fans and listeners get a little brief summary on who Una is from the beginning to where you are now.
Okay, sounds good. So Una, the Numerauna, my last name is so hard, so I just came up with a nickname. I am a model, I'm an actress, I'm an influencer, I do a little bit of everything. I started off of modeling fully, and from there it just went to reality, improv, comedy, so I just kind of went all over the place after that. So I'm like all in one.
All the one. Okay. So what are your goals as a model? How do you feel yourself progressing in that field?
For modeling, I mean, I started off as a glamour model. For people that don't know what that means in modeling, it's sexy bikini, that type of magazines and that type of a platform. And slowly I went to like some fashion, some print, some beauty shots. That's a beauty shot right there.
I like that.
So my goal is to slowly kind of go more into those fields, because I feel with glamour, I still have to kind of give that to my fans. That's what they know me for initially. So I can't just fully remove that. But at the same time, in that field, I've done so much. I've done so many magazines. I've done it came to a point where it's like, okay, what's next? You've done the videos, the magazines, the platforms, like what else? So that's why my ultimate goal now is just to venture out more in different areas of different modeling, because I do know I could do it all. So that's next.
So you're like a Jackie all trades. You just pretty much
I always tell people, like, when you hire me, I'm an all-in-one. So just what do you want me to do today? I can do it all.
Okay. So that leads me into my next question. Do you have any limitations? Would you model in any kind of clothing at all? Or do you have like, I don't want to do that? Or what are your limitations when it comes to modeling?
The only thing I have not done and I would not do is nude, semi-nude. I mean, when I say never, I mean, if there is a huge movie role, where I'm the lead and there's a little part where I may have to be semi-nude, I'm not going to say never, okay?
Right.
But for the most part with modeling, I haven't done that, and I don't think it's necessary to, move ahead. I've done the sexy stuff. I've done the lingerie, the bikini, millions of those, and that's always been kind of my limit. And even in certain poses, I won't I'll do the sexy stuff, but I won't be super out there with the poses.
Right.
So that's kind of my limitation.
Okay. So how do you communicate? Because you have an amazing personality. How do you communicate with people? Are you patient? Are you friendly? How open are you with your clients that you work with?
I'm super just clear and direct. When I get on set, I'm just like, hey, let's just get the job done, but let's also have fun. I'm not the kind of person, there's so many, I feel, models in the industry that are just looks, just get there and just quiet. Okay, what next? What's next? And I feel that energy transfers. I'm huge on energy, and I feel like if that's kind of how it is, just blunt, that's what the management is for. That's what our back office is for. For me, it's like I'm just a bubbly breath of fresh air, but I'll still get the job done. The only thing that kind of doesn't work with me is when I do get on set and it's like it doesn't go according to plan. Then I'm like, okay, get it together. What do you want me to do? So that's the only time I'll kind of be more direct and more what's going on. But for the most part, I'm just, just vibing. Let's just have fun and work.
I like that. Because at the end of the day, you have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to enjoy the people you're around with. Or else it's just like with anything, it's just not going to work. So I definitely agree with that.
Has it been anything like a? Has it been like a one time? Some kind of thing you was like, all right, you know what? This is just not gonna work out. I just can't do it.
In the beginning, not recently. I started doing this full time about 3 years ago. So, my first year, yeah, there was cases. I'm not gonna say no names, but there was cases where like,
Very professional. That was a test.
like maybe I went on set. Like I was in this case shooting for a cover, and it was a big magazine, especially at that time. And there was cases where it's like, well, if you do this, I'll get. And I was scared. Never mind, I'm leaving set. Don't
Right. Out there.
So yeah, so there's been cases or opportunities, I guess, in their mind presented like that, but I'm not about that life. So I just, that's about it.
Dig it. So how long have you? So you're not from LA? So how long or are you from LA? I'm sorry.
No, so I am born and raised in Serbia. I know I just sound like a Valley white girl, so no one knows. But but I'm born and raised in Serbia. I've been here like a while now, about since I was like 10, 11. So I was a
Okay.
kid. But yeah, I still speak my fluent language 100%.
Nice.
My parents do too. All that.
Does your family live out here, or do they still live back home?
My immediate, so my mom and dad are here, but
Okay.
everything else, like my brother, cousins, all the rest of my family is back home.
Oh, word. So do you travel? I know not during this pandemic, of course, but before the world shut down, were you making like frequent trips back home, or how many times would you say you would go back and visit some of the family?
Honestly, it's been a while. Last time I went back was like maybe like 7, 8 years ago.
Woo! That's a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while because number one, the flight is 24 hours. And that's a long time. That's a long time. Number two, immediate family is here, but like for me going back home, it's not like it's like job. It's like work, it's not a vacation. I have to visit 20,000 cousins that I have. I have to visit all these aunts. It's just like, whoa. And God forbid you don't tell someone you're coming in town. It's
oh yeah, it's a wrap after that. They're like, why you didn't tell me? What's this about? Then you have to argue. Yeah, it's all bad. So I definitely understand. Yeah, I haven't been back home in a minute either. When I do go back to Minnesota, it's just like, boy, why you haven't been calling me? What's the deal? What's going on? I'm sorry, I'm busy out there. It's like, busy's not an excuse. So I get it all the time.
You probably have to alert them all, like, hey, by the way, coming in town, I got 2 hours for you. Let me know what day.
Right, you got to schedule it in like an appointment.
Exactly.
Oh.
What do you miss about hometown? What's the one thing you do miss about?
I think just the hominess of it, if that's a word. Like I'm from a super small town, so like everyone knows everyone. It's really like authentic and genuine, and not saying LA's not, but Hollywood is something else. You know what I mean? Like
the whole it's like Neverland.
It really is. It's not even like, I won't even call it the US. Hollywood is its own little thing.
It really is.
And where I come from is super like genuine, just good. Like, it's either good energy or it's like, let's just not deal with these people really like that. So I was raised like that. So coming into Hollywood, I had to definitely learn a few things.
I feel like Hollywood is it's like high school all over again.
Yeah, it really is. And I think it's like, if you stay in Hollywood, it's like forever high school. So
real talk, though. That's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
So jumping back into the modeling, you're very beautiful. You're a very amazing woman. Do you eat nutritiously? How often do you exercise or hit the gym?
With this quarantine, the answers I would have gave you about 3 months ago would have been come night and day to today.
Mm-hmm.
So with the gyms not being open, I've been trying so hard to do like park runs, maybe like twice a week, or like at home, like YouTube videos. But I just
tough, huh? I've been doing that too.
It hasn't been what I typically do 4 times a week, not by choice, just because I know that I have to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like working out. I'm not like, there's some people that are like, I love fitness. I love going to the gym. I'm not that person. I hate it, but I will do it. How would when I had a trainer before quarantine, I'm like, just tell me what I need to do. Let's get this over with. I don't want to do this any longer than I have to. So,
Right.
so I guess I force myself to work out. And with food, I really do try. That is one thing that I try. I like take my vitamins. I have my moments where I do junk food here and there, but for the most part, I eat according to my blood type. If you ever heard of that diet, if you haven't, it's amazing. You should try it.
You said it. One more time.
What?
You said blood type. What's
You're a
that?
vampire girl?
Yeah, so it's a diet. It's a diet according to your different blood types. So usually, if you go to a
Oh.
nutritionist, they can take your blood, let you know what it is, and it's amazing because it shows you how much you should never follow random diets because your body is different than my body. So maybe example, an orange for me may be amazing, but for you may be the worst thing you can eat for your body and for your system. So it's all based on your blood type. And you feel so amazing. There's so much energy when you follow the simple foods, and it's stuff you would never think about. Like for me, bananas are horrible, which is random, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you just ate a banana right now.
but yeah, so that's what I do as far as the diet. It's amazing.
So what's your guilty pleasure? What was the food you like? Hey, I gotta eat this. I know it's not healthy, but I have to eat this right now.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake, huh?
I love anything sweet. Like I have the biggest sweet tooth on earth.
Mm.
Well,
Okay. Cheesecake. I'm not a big fan of cheesecake. I'm not a big fan of sweets, but I know a lot of people that
Cheesecake,
love
chocolate
cheesecake.
cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, frozen yogurt.
any kind, anything sweet, especially strawberries. There's a specific one at Cheesecake Factory. It's called the raspberry white chocolate cheesecake. I don't know what they put in it. I would say it's crack, and I've never done it, but I feel like there's some kind of crack in there because I've never tried anything like it.
That is funny. That is funny. Okay, so so jumping along here, what attracted you to becoming an actress? Like what was your like, oh, I want to do this as well?
So with the acting world, I just started off doing random skits. I would, like comedians would reach out to me when my following kind of started building. They would reach out to me. One in specific, Jahan Jones. I don't know if you guys know him. Hilarious. He would reach out to me on Instagram and say, "Hey, I need a role for this. Are you down?" And I'm like, "Why not?" At first, I would be very open. Like, I don't know if I could act. Like, you can try me. And they're like, "It's easy. Just come on." And I'm like, "Okay." So I would start doing it. And when I would start doing it, like the character roles I would just naturally like kind of get into them.
Mhm.
And I would notice my skits at one point were doing a lot better than even my modeling content, like covers. And I'm like, damn, should I also act? So then I signed up for acting school. I went to 2 different schools for like about a year and a half total.
Okay.
And that's when I feel like I perfected everything. But I think it just kind of came naturally, especially comedy. Comedy is easy for me because I just like to have fun with life anyway, you know?
Right.
So.
We need that more than ever now. It's like we need comedy way more than ever.
For sure. There's so much depressing stuff going on and like low frequency content. You need some kind of laughter here and there.
Yeah, you have to. It's like to balance it out, or else we probably gonna go all crazy.
For sure. 1,000%.
Have you ever think about doing like horror or like action?
You know what? I went for a commercial for action, never horror, but I would be open. Again, I feel like with school, what I learned is really to get myself into the character. And I've done like even horror characters in school. So I just feel like it's about getting in your mind. That's really all it is. And not to brag, I'm really good at all of it. So like, again, I'm an all-in-one. I just tell people, what do you need me to play? I got you. Okay.
So what schools did you go to? Were they out here or?
No, they were out here. One I went to for a year, Peter Wise Acting Studios. He is amazing. And I went to Spicer Sturgis. They're West Hollywood, North Hollywood, one of those. But everything was in the Valley. So I think they both, helped. And I still try to like pop in for a class here and there. I feel like it's good to perfect your craft, right?
Right, of
Just
course.
whatever it is you do, you have to maintain it. So I still pop in for a class here and there.
Okay. So what was, you say you did a lot of collaborations with a lot of people on social media. What was your favorite collaboration? You were like, yo, this is dope. This is this is a great vibe. I love this right here. Who would you say that was?
I think Jahan's content. I work with a lot of people. I think his content, because even though we do a lot of scripts, everything is for the most part scripted. He kind of lets me also put my own extra touch to it if I feel like there needs to be. And typically with scripts, when it's given to you, it's just kind of like read exactly what it says. Don't put no extras.
Right.
And I like that I can be more myself, in his comedies. So I think probably him.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So how would you describe your acting style?
Just like, again, it depends on the role, but for me it's just giving an extra to whatever role I'm in. So if I'm playing, example, my last role I played, it wasn't with Jahan, it was with a different production, but I was a crazy girlfriend. So, whatever the script was, I just like pumped it up to ×3 just to like really make sure that it gets across.
Right.
If I'm like, the dumb blonde, or if I'm the sister, or whatever it is, like I just like to pump it up to a higher level. So it kind of like, I really captured the character fully.
Okay.
So I know it's funny you say about crazy girlfriend. So I know like a lot of women lately been acting crazy because of quarantine. It's like, what is up with that? It's like my homegirl, she was acting crazy with her ex-boyfriend just for no reason. She's like, I don't know, it's the quarantines make me doing crazy stuff, make me think of things. Why do women act like that sometimes?
Well, I think quarantine, I mean, I don't know if you guys could relate. I feel like it's been heavy, like on everyone's mental. Like it's just been, it's a whole different place and space. Now it's a little bit more open, but initially it's like we're locked in for months. Mm-hmm. So, it depends what their relationship was in that case, but like say if it's a guy you're seeing, or if it's an ex or something, like I think whatever, as women, we have all these emotions going on 24/7. So I feel like they're amplified to another level, like because we're not doing anything else. Like we can't go work. We can maybe be on the phone with our girls, but we can't do anything. So it's
game look good. Game go out somewhere. It's like,
yeah, exactly. So it's like if you're dealing with someone, especially if it's a current, consistent going thing, I feel that person, unfortunately, is gonna get all those emotions.
Like, oh, damn! Get the backlash on it, just like because that's what pretty much it is. It's like everybody's just too much together. I mean, everybody needs their space, and this quarantine has been putting a lot of families, a lot of relationships. And like the turmoil, I feel like, because it's just too much time being spent with each other. And
I totally agree.
Say that.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but we live in that reality where it's just like, okay, I guess I can only deal with you for so and so side. But yeah, it's a weird situation we're in right now. But tell us how you've been staying busy during this whole quarantine.
Well, initially, I just didn't even know what to do because it was such a 360 from my life, from what I'm used to. And then slowly, I'm like, okay, I have to be productive. So I try to do as much as I can online. I've thankfully I work with certain brands, and maybe like I'll get mailed products, and like I've still been on social media as far as I may take something in my backyard, but like I've still been trying to work as much as I can. I've collabed with a few companies. As far as like hair products, vitamin products. So I'm just like, whatever I could do from home, I want to do it. Like I want to do it all. So it's kept me busy, thankfully.
Oh yeah, for sure. Feel that. Hold on. So with this all going on, I know it's kind of hard to actually get it adjust on what the next move is, but tell us a little about your upcoming moves and what do you see yourself doing next with building your modeling and actress career?
Yeah, like you said, we don't really like no dates as of anything right now. The upcoming thing I have coming out, we filmed, it was a comedy movie. It's called a Sheesh movie. And that should be coming out either this year or next year. So that's something set in stone I can talk about. As far as anything else, it's just kind of like per ear, all playing about per ear, like all production, all things, unless it's like certain shoots that are like a quick, less than 10 people productions, which I kind of have now about once a week. We slowly started getting back there, but nothing like I'm used to.
Yeah.
But bigger productions, it's been definitely like put on hold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that's like I know that
Yeah.
feeling sucks. Can't all we do is wait. That's all we do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like they have, to my understanding, they haven't even told us like a date. Like I know it's not officially over, right? But at the same time, there's all these things slowly opening. I'm sure you guys have heard like Penthouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closed.
Oh no, they had just opened last Sunday.
I saw that. I saw that.
Oh,
I saw.
my bad. I'm thinking
I
of
saw that. Yeah, I saw
something
that.
else.
I was like, "What? They open?" So like, I'm not sure how's that working out. Cause I see people in there, and it wasn't really. That was not social distancing at all. Everybody was still hanging out, turning up.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm confused. Like, how does that even happen? Because it hasn't been announced, right? So is it like you can do certain things, just don't talk about it, but then they may catch them? I just don't get it. I just don't know.
Technically, you're not really supposed to be open. Oh snap! I'm 6'9", snitching and stuff. You know?
Right.
Right, right, exactly. But I mean, hopefully, they don't get in trouble. But it's just crazy. And even then, like even with events and stuff, I have got asked to do a few things. The past 2-3 weeks, I'm still a little antsy. I'm like, listen, let's just see, let things open, and if we do decide to go through with it, let's do 6 feet apart. Like, I'm not trying to be in a super crowded place, breathing next to everyone. And the thing is, with all this going on, we don't even know if it's real or not. Let's be real. We don't even know.
Yeah, I think it's all cash. I think it's big cash. I think it's super big cash. I think it's a political game just for him to be president again.
And I wouldn't be surprised. And that would not surprise me whatsoever. Like, it's come to a point where there's so many crazy stories that some sound actually real, but like you don't even know what to believe. It's just so many.
So a whole bunch of fake news going on and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during these times that we live in, and during the situation we're going through with the police killings, how do you feel about what's going on? What have you done or planning to do for the cause at hand?
It's sad. It's depressing. It's like literally every time you go on social media, it's another story. And I'm not even like exaggerating. Like it's
every day.
Not even an it's literally another story. For me, all that I could do is post the solutions like as much as I can. Like I can't post this, like when the whole George Floyd thing was circulating, like I could not post the video. I've seen it twice and I cried. I could not post the video. So for me, all I could post is the solutions. Like, okay, let's make sure and that should have never took so long, by the way. But let's make sure, and they're still out. That's a different story.
Yeah, I'll get Oreos whipped cream.
Did you see that?
Like whipped cream, that's essential. You better get your free call. What kind of shit is that? No, you should be in jail getting free call with Bubba, not with
Right. No, hold on. What bothered me the most, this man had the audacity out of his mouth to say, I'm getting essentials. Sweetheart, you have Oreos in your hand. Is that an essential? Are you serious?
He didn't even have milk. That's why essential. You ain't even doing it right. If you gonna do it.
That blew my mind. Like that blew my mind. And so the two of them are out. He's out, and then the other guy, I don't know the name, but he got, I think, $1 million bail.
Yeah. He getting special treatment in jail.
No, he's not in jail. He had $1 million bail.
Oh damn!
Not the main one.
I'm just learning that right now.
Yes, look it up. Not the main one. Another one that was there. The main one is still in jail, which he should have had first-degree murder a long time ago. Like this should not even be a conversation. And then the other one is apparently still in jail too. But my whole thing is like, I think with everything going on, like just how we just spoke about the corona, there's so many whys.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like there's so many, like, why would you go through all these riots, all these killings, all these, new people being locked up when you could just get rid of the 4 who on tape, it's not like maybe it's on tape, have done something. So like common sense, I don't care like what is going on. Common sense is common sense. Yeah. So it brings to me so many questions. Like, again, what I could do is just like, hey, let's donate to these causes so they can get out of jail if they protesters, if they do get locked up and etc. But the questions are still there. Why would you want all these things to happen? Not just lock the 4 of them up. Like it's really, it takes a day. Just do that versus all this. Why? And I feel like there's a hidden story behind everything that we will never know.
Definitely. Crazy. On the conspiracy people having a field day. I think this is all
Right.
distraction just for the election that's happening, and you want everybody to focus on that. And and then kind of get everybody instead of just focus on the election. I think they want to keep Trump in president, so they're doing in some way somehow it's working in their favor. I don't know what it is, but it's something like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I agree it has something to do with that. It's for some reason they don't want us to be out. Like first it was Corona, then it was the riots. And again, the riots could have been solved in one day. Lock them up, period. You know what I mean? Like I just seen a upgrade. But yeah, so it's really crazy. So there's so many questions, and again, all that we would kill ourselves trying to figure out all the answers. We just don't have them, and we won't. We would go crazy. So all that we could do is just let's focus on the solution. That's been my entire thing the entire time with Corona, with the riot, with everything. Like let's focus on as much as we can the solution. No, it won't. It won't. Nothing will change overnight. Let's be honest. But at the same time, let's like make sure we sign the right petitions, contact the right mayors, whatever, whoever is in charge, whatever their names are, that's in charge, and leave them 1,000,001 voicemails if that's what it takes.
Right.
Get there. So I feel that's all we can do. I don't know what else we could do because nothing else has, worked.
Yeah, I guess we just, day by day, just living and just praying for the best, because right now it's real crazy with everything going on. So yeah, that's how I feel about it too. But with going ahead and almost wrapping up with the interview, I just had one question, and I'm gonna let Turn Up get a question in. What would you say your end goal is with everything that you're doing?
Definitely further in acting. Again, I think with modeling, like I'm still doing, other areas of modeling, but I've done so much. So I think I definitely want to tap more into the scripted film, stuff like that, and take that over.
Okay.
But now that's got a crazy question actually. Now since all this quarantine is happening, are you still getting those crazy DMs? People sliding you DMs, sort of ask you out, doing, hey, I'll take you out on a quarantine date and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know.
Right? Where am I gonna take you? I'm gonna take you to.
I would like to know why, because it's quarantine regardless. I probably wasn't gonna reply anyway, but it's quarantine. But yeah, hey, will you quarantine with me, or will you this? Will you like? I don't know you. Do you think you're coming to my house? No. It'll never happen. So I don't know, but it's a good try. I think people are bored. I've noticed that people have been very bored, and they've been doing more stuff than ever, negative stuff. Like, trying the extras or even like certain energies on social media. It's been a lot of low frequency energy. I just think they're bored.
Like, see what's going on. I mean, I'm making a best friend with the wall. I'm just talking to the wall.
Right. Right, exactly. That's all you can do. Seriously.
Well, I think that's all I got in mind. You got anything else turned up, or?
I think that's about it. I mean, we got everything. It sounded like it definitely was a dope interview.
Yeah, love the energy. Thank you guys.
Not a problem. But before you go, can we get a shout out real quick?
Hi guys, this is Una, the Numerauna, and you are now tuned in to Not Rated Radio on Dash.
Hey. Not rated.